Modern Skein podcast. My name is Sharon Graff, and I'm the owner of the Modern Skein, which is a yarn shop here in Montgomery, Texas. Please excuse my voice. The change of season has done a number on my sinus passages, and yeah, I just sound a little croaky and nasally, at least to me. I don't know. My voice may not have changed to you guys. I have absolutely no idea. I know I hear my voice completely different than you guys, which is why I can't stand to watch my own podcast. But I think that's kind of a general general statement held by most of fellow podcasters that I've heard about. Anyway, that intro didn't go quite as planned, but thank you for joining, and I suppose thank you for sticking around, and even though I took quite a bit of break. It's been a very busy past, it seems like forever since I've podcasted, but I think it's only maybe 4 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But we've had a lot happen at the shop since then. Of course, Stephen West was here 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't even remember. 2 weeks ago, I think. And that was on a Wednesday, so I couldn't podcast then. And then the following week, we had East Texas Fiber Fest, which was last weekend. And that was awesome. But the prep getting ready for that was so much I completely could not podcast. So I'm podcasting today. Yay! Anyway, long story short, thank you so much for sticking around and for tuning in and watching this podcast. If you are a new viewer, welcome, and I hope you do stick around. Watch some of the past episodes. Maybe don't go way too far back because some of them are a little... Talking into a camera is not my forte, even now, but it really wasn't then. So thank you so much for sticking around and bearing with me as I improve my talking into a camera with no one around skill. Anyway, it's been such a fun time at the shop. So, like I said, Stephen West was here. He loved the shop. We loved having him at the shop. And I think everyone was quite, I don't want to say impressed, but pleased that I brought him into the shop and how genuine he really is. He really is just the sweetest guy ever. Took time to talk with so many of you guys and talk to you about your patterns and your shawls and your garments, even if they weren't his patterns. What's that? Oh, sorry. There's commotion going on outside, but it's nothing to worry about. And let's see. So that was really, really fun. And I think it's just the first of many, I'll say, famous people / designers / classes that we're going to be bringing into the shop over the next year. And yes, we managed to fit a class of 20 in here. Do I want to do that in this space again? Not really. It was very tight and crowded, and yeah. So, anyway, that's very random. I've completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, why don't we move on? So, anyway, thank you so much to everyone who came out to Stephen West and to the class and to the meet and greet. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. I know he really had a great time meeting you guys. I had a great time seeing faces I hadn't seen in a while, or even some new faces that I had never seen in the shop before. Maybe you came in when I was gone, or just it was your first time in the shop. So thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me, and to everyone here when you guys come into the shop. I mean, we exist because of our clientele. So thank you so much for supporting a small business, a small woman-owned and woman-run business. Yeah, Joss is involved, but it's me. He doesn't watch the podcast, so he'll never see it. But thank you so much for supporting us and supporting your local yarn shops. We wouldn't exist without you guys. So I know there's a lot of options for you guys. Maybe not locally here, but as far as like online shops and things like that. So I really appreciate it when you do choose us, you know? I really do. So thank you. This is the month of November, the month of being thankful. So I want to I just want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you guys for coming, hanging out, liking the podcast, liking our Instagram feed. Even if you've never bought anything from us, that's okay. If you've just connected with us, either come to Sit and Stitch, liked things on Facebook, on Instagram, shared a post here and there, that's still supporting a small business, and I really do appreciate it. So again, thank you very much. And speaking of thankfulness, Thanksgiving, we will have some holiday hours. So the day before Thanksgiving, so we're open normal on Tuesday, which, by the way, since podcasting, we have slightly changed our hours. So let me redo that completely. Our store hours are as follows. Tuesdays are open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that's our later night. It's not really night, but our 6 p.m. closing is on Tuesday. So you have time to come in after work, grab some yarn or whatever that you need. Then the rest of the week, Wednesday through Saturday, we're open 10 to 5. Now, for next week, for the holidays, normal hours on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, we're open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you can still come in, grab some stuff, hang out if you just need to escape the turkey. I don't know. 10 to 2 on Wednesday. We will be closed on Thanksgiving, and then we will be open Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, same hours, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we'll be extended on both Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Of course, closed Sunday and Monday, and then reopening the following week with normal hours. So hopefully that's not too confusing for anyone. Yeah, so let's get started. We're 7 minutes into the podcast already, with what we normally open with, which is finished objects. Now, I actually happen to have a few finished objects to show you because it's been a while since we podcasted. So let me show you that, and then we also have a new shop sample. Let me get to it all. Well, first off, I finished my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, the Starflake. Probably have seen this already on Instagram, but there it is in all of its glory. So this was a fun knit. It really was, even though I had to reknit parts of it because I didn't read directions properly, but that's beside the point. So this is the Starflake shawl by Stephen West. The yarns I used, this light gray is Tin Can by Chelsea Lux, and then this is Honeycomb. Yes, it's Honeycomb by Ching Fibers. Now, Life in the Long Grass has almost an identical color since we are out of Honeycomb by Ching Fibers. That works perfectly. Also, their colorway Wolf, if you don't care for a single ply, which this is. I mixed single and plied yarn, and yes, that's perfectly fine. But should you want 2-plied yarns or you want the same brand, Life in the Long Grass has extremely similar colors to this if you're looking for this color. I believe it's Wolf and Antler are the two very similar colors, but there's lots of pairings of them, Undercover Otter, all sorts of things. So that's my Starflake. Move that aside. I also finished, before Stephen came, my Color Crave that I started with Undercover Otter. I did share about this in the last podcast, but I don't even know if I had cast it on yet, but I had wound the yarn. So this is Color Crave, and it is just a fun, odd-shaped thing. And it's actually really easy to wear because you just kind of, Stephen was showing me how to wear it. Put it on properly. But you just kind of wrap it all around, and boom, you can just keep wrapping this in around, and ta-da. So I knit mine with a skein of Undercover Otter called, this is that kind of the blue one with speckles. That is Wicked Little Things. Then this green is Matrix by Ching Fiber. And then the Surrey, which the pattern does not call for Surrey. I just use Surrey as color number 3. This is Brick. Yes, Brick. Brick by Ching Fibers in the Melted Baby Surrey, which if you use this, it will take 2 skeins of Melted Baby Surrey, not 1 skein of your contrast, just because of the meterage difference. Otherwise, it's a 3 skein shawl if you do not use Baby Surrey. And you do not have to. Now, the pattern called for a picot bind off in contrast color 3. And so I did do that on one edge in the Baby Surrey. I don't recommend a picot bind off if you're impatient at all in Baby Surrey specifically, because it's fiddly. But got it done at least on one side, and then just did a I-cord bind off around the rest. But yeah, it's fun. It's definitely a fun, bright shawl. Now, will I wear this in public? Probably not. But it was certainly very fun to knit. And the pattern is so fun, I may end up making one of these in all neutrals for me to wear, because it's a very wearable shawl. And it was, like I said, very fun and fast knit. And then, let's see, I have one more finished object. This one I just finished the other night. If you follow my personal Instagram, you will have seen it. This, I love this. It's so good. Put it on. Have I woven in ends? Of course not. This is the Abby Cowl by my friend Christina of Chelsea Yarns. And this is just the most cozy, fluffy, yummy, big cowl. And it's big enough you can kind of put it over kind of like a poncho, really, and wear it like this if you want. If you could tuck it down. Isn't this so fun? So now you'll notice mine is all slubby bits. So the yarn I used is from another good friend, Diane of Suburban Stitcher. This is her new slub sock base. Now we will be getting some of this in the shop very soon. And also Christina has her cobblestone base, which is very similar with the slubby bits. We will also be getting that in the shop very soon. So stay tuned. What I did was hold a strand of the slub sock in the colorway Hurricane from Diane with a strand of her baby Surrey or silk Surrey, which is thicker than a mohair but not quite as thick as the Ching Fiber Surrey. So I held those two together on a size 9 and followed the Abby Cowl pattern. Now the Abby Cowl pattern is a free pattern on the Chelsea Luxe website. If you want it, we can print it off here in the shop for you. And in theory, you can use really any one strand of fingering weight yarn and one strand of either mohair or Surrey yarn and get a beautiful, fluffy, soft, squishy, yummy cowl. So, like I said, if you come in and you want to get yarn for this pattern, we'll be happy to print off the pattern for you. It's very, very easy, and it went very quick. I cast this on about 1 o'clock on Sunday, worked for maybe about 4 hours on it. We were visiting family and playing games, so I was playing Yahtzee and knitting. And then probably another 4 hours on Monday night and cast it off. Super quick. I would say just about 8 hours of knitting time total. And it's so stretchy, which makes it just so fluffy and cozy. I love it. The color, again, is Hurricane in both the Surrey and Cobblestone. So that is the other finished object. Then I have, we have one more finished object in the shop, not knit or crocheted by me. I have a hair. Well, I have many hairs, but I have a hair bothering me on my face. There we go. This is crocheted by Heather for the shop. And this is, I knew I'd forget it. Check Instagram because I've posted the name of it. But this is a beautiful crocheted shawl. And this uses 2 skeins of your main color, which Heather used the Serene that I dyed up. The gray is called Serene in the Modern Skein label. And then the contrast color is just 1 skein, and that is Ching Fibers, I think it's Ophelia. So this colorway, knit up like so. Isn't that pretty? Not knit up, crocheted up. So this is a wonderful crochet pattern available on Ravelry. I believe it's free or under $5, but I'm not 100% positive. But yes, very great crochet pattern. Fairly simple too, so for beginner crocheters, if you know how to do double crochets and increases and chains, then you can do this, because that's pretty much all that's in here. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful wrap. And you've got the little tapered ends. I don't know if you can see it there. Really pretty. So yeah. Come check this out in the shop. Ta-da! So those are all of our new samples that I can think of. Oh, no, we have one more sample. Where'd it go? Yes. Hold on. I didn't knit it. Yes. This is so cute. This is the Stone Crop Cardi by Andrea Mowry. And this is been steeked and knit out of red stag fiber. The main color is the dark gray, which is Stone Gate, and then the red is the red stag colorway. Isn't this so cute? It's adorable. And now the only modifications made were that we made it 3/4 length sleeves rather than full length. And this one is knit, or yeah, it is knit for me with a negative ease. So we knit the 31 inch so that I would have some negative ease, because I am not a 31 inch bust by any means. But it looks so cute over like tank tops, long blouses, skirts, things like that. High-waisted jeans. This was adorable. And we used this as a sample at the East Texas Fiber Fest. So definitely come in, check that out. Let's see. Okay, I think that's it. Now, for works in progress, we'll show this, because I did make some good progress on it. This was a project started, I don't know, ages ago. But, like I said, progress is being made on it. This is the Like a Cloud cardigan. I just dropped stitches. But this is also knit out of my friend's Diane yarn. You'll see most of the things I'm knitting are on her yarn. This is the colorway La Boheme on both the sock base and mohair. And the pattern is Like a Cloud by Joji Locatelli. And you can see I've made quite a bit of progress. It's about here, and now I've gone down here. But I still have, I think, another 10 inches to go. Whew. It goes fast because the pattern is very simple, but it's also can get boring for me because the pattern is very simple, which is why progress is not being made quite as fast as I would like. But my goal is to get it finished before we go to Vogue, because me and Diane are going to go to Vogue, and I want to have it done and be able to wear before then. Another pattern that I'm knitting for myself is the Portage cardigan. So the Portage cardigan is a really awesome DK weight pattern for just like really cozy looking cozy looking sweater. And show you this. If you follow Diane, the Suburban Stitcher doll, and you know me, then you know when she posted this colorway not too long ago that Sharon's gonna have to get some of this. So this is her Oslo colorway. Again, we will be getting this color in the shop soon. So this is Oslo on her DK base, and look at the texture on the back of that. It's just so yummy. And this color is not photographing well on camera at all, but it's this really rich, warm grays, taupes, golden, pecan, brown speckles. So neutral and so me. I just love it. So this is the Portage cardigan, and I'm working on that. Then the only other thing I'm actively working on is a hat for Josh. I have other, did I not put this in here? This is, the pattern is called Graph Hat, which that's why Josh was like, I must have this because it's even spelled the same way as our last name. And it's a pattern by Jared Flood, and I'm knitting it up in Peary, which is a Brooklyn tweed yarn, which is what the pattern was designed in. And it's a very nice all over cabled hat. So there's this kind of like a moss stitch texture, then there's three different types of cables, and then back to the moss, and then just, oops, kind of going back around. So yeah, that's how much I've gotten. I think this color's called Hickory. It's a nut. I think it's hickory. It's just a really nice brown color. Josh likes it. So that is a hat that I'm working on for him. And then he also, while we were at East Texas, got a skein of yarn from DRS, from DRS Made, and he wants me to knit him a hat out of this. So this looks purple on camera, but in real life it's gray and teal. It's really pretty. And we will be having DRS in the shop for a truck show next year, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now on to, check my time, yes, let me put this back. On to new acquisitions for the shop. So, since we were just on the subject of Stephen West and crinkling, we have Stephen's pins. So we have his West Knits new logo. We have the Keep On Knittin' Kitten. This one is also Keep On Knittin' Kitten, but with a little kitty and a blue ball of yarn. This is the Brioche It Up Pup. And West Knits are the best knits. So we have all of those pins available in the shop. We also have, as far as little notion-y bits, we have these adorable stitch marker bangles. So it's just a little bangle with these cute stitch markers. And this is custom made for us by Katrinkles. So we are the only ones with this, combination of the stitch markers. And the cool thing, oh, I've got the hiccups. Cool thing is you can just unscrew this end, slide off your stitch marker as you need it, or add on stitch markers. And several other shops that have custom ones, custom bracelets like this, also sell just packs of stitch markers, as does Katrinkles directly from our website. So if you want to add on pink ones or red ones or multicolor or whatever, more blues, then you can add on to your bracelet, or pretty much any other stitch marker up to, I think, a US 6 size will stay on past the little ball on the end. So they're super cute and they make great stocking stuffers or gifts. Let's see. Then we have, Josh has some new notions. So we have these cute little recycled cotton pouches. They're perfect for keeping stitch markers, scissors, snips, anything like that. So it's a great size to throw in your bag. Recycled cotton, and this is actually embroidered on there, so it's really nice. So we have these in the shop, and then we also have Red Stag fiber mugs. Really nice, and these are a nice, comfortable, good size for a mug. So there's that, and then we also have the new Red Stag fiber tote bag, which if you purchase Red Stag fiber yarn, you get a tote bag, and so these are bigger now. Ta-da! Yeah. And if you already have a tote and you don't want another tote, you can always ask to get one of these instead. And of course, we still have Red Stag fiber pins, as well as modern skein pins, our birthday pins, and lots of twill and print pins, Kelborn woolen pins. We have all sorts of pins. They make great stocking stuffers for knitters and crocheters and crafters in your life. Then we also got in, oh yes, so you may have seen this floating around Instagram. There was a Kickstarter a while back for knitting the card game, and we are very proud to actually have the official card game in the shop. So you can purchase your knitting the card game here in the shop and play with knitting and non-knitting friends. So the object of the game is that you earn points with every finished objects. You stash the right yarn for the right pattern, cast on, knit, and place your finished objects on the blocking mat. It's a really fun game. So take a look. Glaring. We do have them, like I said, in the shop, and they are ready to purchase and ship out. I know they have sold out online a couple times, so yeah. 2 to 4 players make a great gift for your knit group, or if you're hosting a knit night, have this on there and play as you knit. Be a lot of fun. And then we also have lots of bags. So we got in, just in time for the holidays, needle pouches from Attenti. We even have this giant one. This one is so cool though, because A, it's Sherpa, and B, when you open it up, you have places in here, you have pouch in here, and more things in here. So this is great for your interchangeable needles, plus tons of other stuff. And it's Sherpa, and it's so cute. But then we also have all sorts of different, this one's like fuzzy, almost like velvet. It's really soft. So those are all sorts of needle pouches that we have, and we have bags. This brocade print is just so pretty. So we got a lot of the caddies in because I know you guys really like this size. You can fit 1 to 2 projects in here. You can put your phone, your keys, your wallet, yourself, your patterns, your needles, your scissors, all that stuff in here. This fabric, it's almost like a leather with a velvet on top. It comes in this, which is like a burgundy, and then we also have it in like a toffee color and a charcoal color. It's really pretty. Fun little plaid one, and I think there's a couple other designs too. And then this one is the slightly taller version of the caddy. It has a fun little leopard print lining in there, and it has some outside pockets as well. So this is kind of between the caddy and the Hope basket size. So that's a fun one. And then we do have the Hope basket in this print as well. Oh, this is cute. And then if you just are looking for a fun pouch, this one's kind of Christmas snowflake design. Great pouch to put. You could put like your Likey needle sets or your Chai Goose small sets in here, along with scissors, rulers, all sorts of stuff, and just have this as like a go bag. You can even put socks or a very small like one skein project in here as well, and you look stylish. So there's that. Oh, and we have a limited number of the Holiday Ritual Dye Works backpacks, the knitter's backpack. So this is the holiday color. This has the gold handle, and then this is the walnut exterior. So this is quite a bit darker than the fawn, which is their typical brown color that they stock. So they've already sold out online, and I believe you just have to find a shop that has them. We do, but we are very limited in the stock that we have, and once they're gone, they're gone. So if you're looking for a knitter's backpack and you want the exclusive Holiday 2019 color, we have it. We also have it in the Midnight, which is the navy, the Pines, which is the green, black, brown, and cream, which is the natural canvas. So much to talk about. Then we can get into yarn. We've gotten in quite a bit of yarn since I podcasted last, but I want to take today and show you the Undercover Otter yarn that we still have left because it's amazing and I want to show it to you. So let's get started. First off, Undercover Otter is from Amsterdam and it's dyed by Petra, and she loves brights and neons. Perfect match for Stephen West, of course. And all of her names are super, I'll say, weird, and she's inspired a lot by like B-rated sci-fi and horror films and, you know, like Sharknado type stuff, or even old films too. So names are funny, colorways are awesome, and the base is a fingering weight base called Squirm, which is 80% merino, 20% nylon, and it's a 4-ply high twist yarn. So it's very round and bouncy, and it holds really good stitch definition, like a crisper yarn, like a BFL or Cortadale or anything like that that gives you really good stitch definition, but with the softness of merino. So this colorway is called Guardian, and this is a beautiful kind of a hunter green color. She has quite a few solids too, so I'm going to show you mostly the solids first. This is There's Only One Zool, beautiful royal purple. This one is Space Chicken. This one's a little more teal than it's showing up on camera, but it's really pretty. This is Society, a nice royal blue, ultramarine blue. This is Leviathan, a really bright royal blue. This is Diabolic, and yeah, it's that bright. It's literally glowing. And there's these fun little pops of like magenta red as well. Yeah, it literally glows. And actually some of her yarn does glow in the dark or is UV reactive under black light. This is Killer Tomato. Definitely, it's the color of a tomato. It's like perfect. This is Screaming Satsuma. It is pretty bright. It's not quite as bright as it's showing up on screen, but it's definitely a bright coral. This is Sam. This is nowhere near as bright as it's showing up on camera. Let me see. There we go. Nope. That's a little better. Nope. Trying to see where it... There we go. That's a little better. So it's just a really nice golden, kind of a marigold color. Then we have, oops, sorry. This one is this bright. This is Nilbog. This is literally highlighter, burn your eyeballs out, yellow. This is Sweet Alice. This is not bright at all. This is like mint. It's a very nice and soft color. Then we have Galeo. Again, not very bright, but just a nice rich kind of a sunflower yellow. Reach around here. This is Citadel, and this one is just a nice aqua mint kind of color, more aqua than it is mint. This is the Fog. So this is a really pretty gray, just like a light gray, called the Fog. This is Bruce. This is a little more bluey undertone, like an icy blue-gray. Trying to get a better representation of the color. Then you have Silver Bullet, which is just a good silver tinfoil kind of color. And Uncle Fester, which is your dark, dark charcoal. Then we go into the multicolored awesomeness. This one is called Rourke. It's a lot of blacks and grays and golds. Really, really pretty. This is Caligari, which is a white, gray, and black speckled. This is Tenebri, which is a soft pink with black and kind of these purpley magenta, you can see bits running through it. Really pretty, if you like pink. This is Rattlers. So a white base with black, kind of a neon green, and then like a moss green, and even bits of just kind of regular green, Kelly green, all in there. Then you have Dolly Dearest. I'm blowing out a little bit. It's a mint green background with these red, orange, pinks, and then bits of neon green. Really cool. This is Droogs. You have kind of a slightly highlighter, you get orange base with almost a green and gray speckle. This is Hack-O-Lantern, very soft, it's not nearly as bright, a soft gold with orange and tiny, tiny bits of black and red. Just tiny bits. This one is Misery. This is a nice red base with a little bit of purple running through it. This is Gnome Stick. You have fuchsia, you have a light pink, and then you have the neon green bits, but predominantly pink. Then we have Count Yorga, a gray base with different purples, and quite a bit of purple, versus Mothra, which is more gray with a little bit of dark purple, a little bit of blue, tiny bit of brown, and a tiny, tiny bit of yellow in it. So two very different colors. This is Octoman, green, mostly green with a tiny bit of teal. It's showing up a little more teal than it is in real life. It's more green. All right, this is Deadite, neon with blood spatters. That's literally what it is. Neon green with blood spatters. So that's what you're looking for. We have it. This is If It Bleeds, kind of a camo color with a tan, green. There's bits of red, black, navy, brown, all in there. Really pretty. This is Spring. You've got gray, purple, yellow, and green all in here. This one is Dead End Drive-In. This is kind of a pastel version for her, so you've got aquas, you've got a little purples, greens, kind of pastel flowers. Then you have Starry Eyes, which is a white base with nice bold specks of green, royal blue, and black. This one's a personal favorite, obviously. Arrakis. For one, I actually do like the show Dune, even though it is horribly acted. And if you have seen Dune, you know it's the planet Arrakis. But the color is also perfect because it's this grungy, sandy kind of taupe with navy blue and royal blue speckles. Like, perfect. Then we have Aerobicide, which is mostly gray but has some fun white and purple and teal pops. This one is called Hard Candy. It's a white base with your orange, your red, and kind of a hot pink. Then this is Pink Flamingo, white base with just a tiny bit of pink and a tiny bit of black speckling. And there's still more. This is Digon, nice blue with teals and royal blue. This is Pieces, white with charcoal, a dark purple, and then bright kind of sunflowery kind of colors. This is Jamie Lee. This one is mostly white with the fun specks of fuchsia, green, red, deep burgundy red, and orange kind of bleeding out. This one is called Chud, and it is black and I'll say a non-neon bright green, kind of like Matrix from Ching Fibers. It's super bright, but not necessarily neon. Then this is Wicked Little Things. This is what I used in my Color Crave. So you've got that blue background with the pink, orange, and green speckles. This is Not Gwyneth's Head. White background with the lavender purple, the fuchsia and orange, and a little bit of black. This is Quigley, kind of a minty white background with deep forest, deep purple, and deep magenta speckles. And last but not least is Street Trash. This is blue, teal, and fuchsia with a little lavender in there too. So that is all the Undercover Otter that we have in the shop still. There were some other colorways, but we've already sold out. And some of these I only have 1 or 2 skeins left of. So if you're interested, either come into the shop and take a look for yourself or grab it online. They are listed online and available to ship. As far as shipping goes, we will have our normal shipping schedule through Tuesday. Any order placed after noon on Tuesday will ship after Thanksgiving. So just be aware of that. We also have a couple, I think 3 technically, of the Friends Advent calendars. So if you did not get yours, you can order this week to get it in time or come by the shop and pick it up for yourself. So we do have that still available. We also have a couple upcoming events. This Saturday, I'm teaching a fun oversized stocking class. The information is online. You can RSVP. It's $30. You need a size, I think 15 or 17 chunky needles, 16-inch, which if you don't have, we do have those. And either some loopy mango, super chunky, some rasta, or 3 to 4 strands of fingering DK held together for a fun scrappy look. And we're going to be using the pattern by Christy Glass, which is included with your $30 fee. So yeah, come on by and make some fun scrappy or fuzzy or chunky stockings for Christmas. And then we also have the trunk show and pizza knit night with Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarns coming in. That's December 13th and 14th. We will be open late on Friday, I think till 7 p.m. and we are going to have a pizza party knit night, so just RSVP via email or come in and let us know that you're going to be coming so that we can have enough pizza. She's also going to be talking about her designs and how she comes up with designs, how she became a designer, how she became a dyer, all that kind of fun stuff. And of course we'll be having a lot of her yarn in the shop as well for that 2-day trunk show. Yep. Stay tuned for more events. We are going to be having more classes and more knit-alongs. Also, starting December 1st, we are hosting a knit-along, Advent knit-along. You do not have to have bought an Advent calendar from us. You can be just knitting along with anyone's Advent calendar. But we are going to be hosting kind of an Advent knit-along. And everyone who completes their Advent knit-along by December 31st, will be entered into a drawing to win a fun little prize from us. So participate in that. More details will come right after Thanksgiving. I think that's about it. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next podcast or in the shop very soon. Bye-bye.